Hello, viewers. This is Sentai Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast on my channel called the Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, very slowly, and very loudly in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to beat your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this everything else out of the way, let's get into the latest episode. So basically, we start off with We start off with Isbot, the Black Ranger. You know, it seems like he was just, it seemed like he was on the roof on some building, somewhere thinking about what happened to his wife. Turns out, having a flashback, what happened to his wife, who is also been confirmed that that his wife is married to Pink Ranger, but he still believes that maybe he's still thinking that even though the Pink Ranger's wife looks like him, he doesn't know if she really is his wife or not. Dilemma. So anyway, he was having a flashback of what happened to his wife, and in that flashback we see her being sucked. He was trying to stop her, trying to help her not to be sucked into this portal wormhole of some sort like that. So anyway, basically, that's when Isabel noticed that there's this young dude on was about to jump off the roof, but he was using his ranger powers, and in the virtual doorway, he was able to save the dude's life, and basically, and stop him from, committing suicide or off the roof and whatnot. So anyway, out of nowhere, here comes Sun Ombi, and Sun Ombi was looking at the dude using her powers, and she realized this dude to whatever this dude is going to right now, he has the potential to become a Naho monster. So basically, and also she was and she saw him transform into the Black Ranger. So basically, she knows that Isabel is the Black Ranger now. So basically, I tell you what, if you can stop him, if you can help his problem, that whatever problem he has right now, whatever problem he's obsessing over right now, you could stop him from turning into a Naho monster. But if you don't, then the deal. So anyway, so Sun Obi laughed, and Isabel had no choice but to figure out what the hell this dude followed. And basically, when the dude came through, he was he was telling him that, oh, my girlfriend dumped me after I left her and ran away for a monster. So basically, during a monster attack in a previous episode, the dude ran away left his hostess girlfriend with the monster and went away from the monster. So basically, it's like, oh, goddamn, you really screwed up right there. So basically, Isabel was turning to help this dude, telling to help this dude get back with his girlfriend no matter what. So basically, I tell you what, I got an idea. So basically, you go meet up with your girlfriend, I'm going to pretend to be a monster, I'm gonna get me a costume and pretend to be a monster, and you show her how brave you are in the face of danger. So basically, the dude said, "All right, then," to the plan. So anyway, the dude's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend came and basically, started to talk to her and to say sorry for that whole monster mess, running away and leaving you to that monster mess and whatnot. So basically, Isabel was transferring this stupid ass black devil this black devil costume, and it was about to put the plan in motion until Jara showed up, and he was like, Jara was like, even though, I don't know what it's pretty crazy you're not a monster, but I know that you're up to no good, but so basically, at this point, Ishbar, the Black Ranger, doesn't know that Jara is the Gold Ranger at this point. So basically, the Black Ranger doesn't know anything, doesn't know the identity of any of the Rangers, including the Sixth Ranger who we see join, aka Jara. So anyway, Jara beat up the guy and whatnot, and basically, the dude saw Jara basically just slam him to the ground. Slammed Ishbar to the ground, and he ran to see he was okay. And his ex-girl was like, are you kidding me? You gonna leave me? You gonna leave me again to help that dude? And she got mad and just laughed and just laughed. So basically, Ishbar was okay and whatnot. And basically, we see it's Yoshi's wife, walking by. It's Yoshi's wife does look like, it does look like Ishbar's wife, even though they're played by the same actress. But anyway, he went to follow where she was going, and he lost her and bumped into Yoshi instead outside a flower shop. So basically, have you seen a woman came by, I think she went this way. So basically, Ishbar, gave Yoshi to the direction. And we see his wife coming out the flower shop after Ishbar was gone. So anyway, one of his. So basically, it's Yoshi was like, whatever woman he was looking for, I hope it wasn't my wife. So anyway, so basically, kind of is Yoshi kind of lied. He's like, he lied about seeing a woman walk by him. It's like, he was like, I hope he wasn't talking about my wife who he was looking for. Anyway. Ishbar, lost. So basically, Ishbar lost, after being sent on a dead-end chase, he tried to calm down and just get out of the suit and basically, and he wanted to really, he felt real depressed and whatnot, and almost got hit by a bus. Or he stopped in the middle of the street and almost got hit in the bus. But lucky that Yoshi came and saved him for the bus. So anyway, Yoshi and the dude that Ishbar was trying to help not turn into a Naha monster, gather under this bridge that has a stairwell next to it, and basically, and that's where Ishbar started to explain his whole story. So basically, turns out that Ishbar is a performer, a traveling performer, like an actor or something like that. Him and his wife are all, were traveling with this traveling performer group, and one night we was at this at this house in the woods, all of a sudden these paper cranes started to go into people's mouths, set their minds. I was fully awake, and that paper crane that went inside my wife's mouth, and I heard this voice says that this one, he is compatible, and we see an image, and he saw this image of a beastly. Now at this point, none of the Rangers know anything about the beastly situation that that someone and the others are dealing with right now. So basically, the voice of the image being the beastly said that this one's compatible, she'll be a suitable vessel. So basically, and that's when his wife started to be sucked into this portal vortex, and he was trying to save her, but it was too strong. And the Beastly told him that, you know what, tell nobody about this, you know, if you don't tell anybody what happened about this, about your appearance of your wife, you tell any, basically he was like, the Beastly said, don't tell the police about your disappearance of your wife, or you'll never see her again. So basically, and basically, like, once a year passed, you get to see your wife again. So basically, the beast is like, you know what, don't tell the authorities about your wife being missing, or you never see her again in 1 year. So basically, the reason why he's been a fugitive this whole been a fugitive because he couldn't say anything about the disappearance of his wife. So basically, that's the reason why he's a fugitive. Because he won't tell what happened to his wife. Nobody would believe him. So basically, like, Joseph was wondering. So his wife disappeared a year ago. So basically, like, that's about almost the same time I got married to my wife. So basically, almost exactly the same time I got married to my wife. So basically, it seems like that Isba is Yoshi, or seems like Isba's wife is really, seems like is Yoshi's wife is really is God's wife, but maybe that Beastly who's taking, who's in control of Isba's wife's body is somehow white permanently, and probably ended up marrying Yoshi must have had a plan, ended up married Yoshi somehow. So anyway, Sun only showed up. It's like, oh, you guys are wasting time. So basically, this dude you still haven't helped him, get over helping with his problem before he becomes a Naha monster. So basically, Sun only being beautiful managed to attract the dude to come with her and whatnot to a cafe and whatnot. So basically, the dude was falling for Sun only, and that's when he realized that, oh, I can't do this, I need to get back with my girlfriend. I'm sorry, you're a beautiful woman, but she should not be sitting here with you. I should be passing up the things with my girlfriend. So basically, he was able to some only beautiful charms and whatnot, and tried to go and try to and try to talk to his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, and get her back. So basically, like, they met in somewhere looked in the city somewhere, in an empty square somewhere, and basically, turns out that she said that I moved on. I'm looking for the dude who helped me, who helped me with that monster. So it turned out that Isba was the one who saved dude's girl, and now she's in love with Isba, and she's been looking for him. And she's been looking for him ever since that day. So basically, like, the dude was surprised. Even it's by himself, he was looking and listening on the whole conversation. So anyway, and that's when and that's been Sunlight showed up, trying to was asking Isbar that how's my crying, how's my crying, was asking Isbar that how's my crying sound. So basically, and that's what only showed up. It's like, that's Black Ranger right there. So basically, that's when Sandra got serious and transformed into his warrior form and started to fight the Black Ranger, and basically, Sun Obi joined in, and basically, Isbal had no choice but to morph up, and the dude and his ex-girlfriend was watching. The dude ex-girlfriend was happy to see Isbal again, and basically, and he saw him transform into the Black Ranger. She started to freak out that he's the new Black Ranger, and all of a sudden, sort of push her over the edge, and basically, instead of the dude transform into a Naho monster, the dude's ex-girlfriend transformed into a Naho monster based off of Jetman, this giant bird Naho monster. So basically, the other Rangers showed up and helped the Black Ranger out with Sanja and Sun Omi and the Naho monster. So basically, the Pink Ranger showed up as well. But basically, the Rangers all showed up, and basically, that's when Jaro showed up in his ultra form, while this special shuriken board in its ultra form looks something out of the ninja, like this flying shuriken board, and basically he combined with it with his ultra form and came the Don Goku, and basically, manages to help the Ranger get the upper hand against the bad guys and the monster. So basically, he managed to get back into his body, that was already morphed into Ranger form, and basically used the Dragon Ranger gear to transform into the Dragon Ranger from Zoo Ranger, and basically managed to take down the monster, but the monster grew, and basically the other Rangers transformed into the Megazord and took down the monster once in a row, and the girlfriend, and say dude's ex-girlfriend. So after all that, turns out the dude managed to get back to his ex-girlfriend and basically completely ignored what happened, ignored the whole events that happened, completely ignored all the events that happened that led up to that. So anyway, basically, the dude and his girlfriend, didn't notice Isbal, when they walked past him, and basically Isbal was happy that, that the dude's back with his girlfriend, and just went his separate ways, But somewhere else in a different part of the virtual world, we see this weird square pod, and we see this purple ranger, inside the square pod. In this square pod, floating in some liquid or something like this, and we hear this voice saying that it's time, and we see this purple ranger, lifts his head up, and basically, the episode ended with this purple ranger inside this purple pod, floating in this liquid, lifting his head up, and hearing this voice say, "It's time, and this is how the episode ended. So anyway, this was a good episode. So basically, we got another Ranger coming up soon, and he's purple. So basically, I can't wait to see I can't wait to see this week's. I can't wait to see the next episode of a debut of this series Ranger. So anyway, this was a good episode. Starting off 1.